2-1 win over Harvard here at the home opener. And Coach, what happened in the second half that allowed you guys to push through and get those 2 late goals?
I think we stuck to what we're good at, which was trying to keep possession, string some passes together. We didn't do a good job of that in the first half, even early in the second half. But I thought we looked a lot more dangerous when we were able to get into our midfield plays and keep the ball on the ground and string, like I said, 5 or 6 passes, and it paid off in the end.
Going into your 4th game now, what is your impression of your back line, and would you consider them a strength now at this point in the season?
Unfortunately, we've had some injuries to our back line. Today was a different lineup again to our back 4. So the good thing, obviously, today showed that guys who have had to fill in have done well, and we've got to win. So as much as we want everyone to be fit, it showed that the depth we have in the back line is going to work well for us throughout the long season.
And finally, can you speak a little bit about JP? He had double-digit saves. He, multiple occasions really came up big. How big is he going to be throughout the rest of the season, keeping with continued success?
Huge. I mean, today is probably the best game I've seen him play for GW. Not just his, the saves he made, but even his communication and his organization. Like you said, he let's be honest, he kept us in the game. And even when we were 2-1 up at the end there, he's pulled off another 2 world-class saves. So it's going to be huge. But he's got guys behind him who are pushing him and making him better also.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Thanks.
We're here with junior JP Vandermeer, the goalkeeper today in the 2-1 defeat over Harvard. And JP, you had double-digit saves. What were you seeing out there, and what led to only giving up 1 goal?
I mean, first half, Harvard really came flying at us. I mean, as much as the saves are mine, it's really for the back 4 too. I mean, they put in the hard work. It's not just me, and they make it easier for me out there.
So you're talking about the back 4. It was a makeshift back 4 today. Can you talk about the trust level and the communication that you've had to take in the leadership role with the absence of certain players?
Well, certainly. I mean, I think we're such a tight-knit team right now that that trust comes from everybody. And I mean, if whoever's on the day on the field, we're all gonna step up. That you've got a job to do. And the boys, I trust every boy that's in front of me, and I think that's a mutual feeling. So it hasn't ever been a problem, and it's been a great day to play with the boys today.
We are with junior Jonny Forrest, who scored both goals in the 2-1 win today over Harvard. Can you speak first about the PK and what your mentality was when you stepped up?
So our usual penalty taker is actually Andre. So firstly I had to persuade him to let me have it. I don't know, I just felt confident. Put the ball down. Got a little routine in my head where I'm going to go, what I'm thinking, where the keeper's standing. And so I think for a striker, it's a free shot from 12 yards. That's what I'm telling myself in my head. So yeah, just believe myself.
In the first half, you and Philip, and for the team as most part, struggled to gain control and push the ball forward.
Yeah.
What was the difference in the second half that you saw from your defenders and your midfielders to push forward?
I think first half I played pretty well. We were obviously a bit flat. They controlled the game, had a lot of chances. Like you said, we didn't get much of the ball in the first half, but I think the second half, our defenders started getting on top of their forwards, managed to get the ball to feed to the midfielders, and when our midfielders have got the ball, then we can create things. Also, Garrett put in some good crosses. Everyone who came on put in some good balls. Relaxed more on the ball in the second half. I think they tired. They played on Friday. And yeah, I think once we got a bit of a head of steam, once we scored the first goal, I thought it was always going to be us who were going to score the second.
And finally, that second goal, the through ball from Philip that came to you and you navigated through a little bit of traffic. Can you speak about keeping your composure there and putting it in the back of the net?
All credit to Phil. He's been unbelievable so far this season. It's a great ball in behind. The defender, I think, was thinking he was going to get it, but he was just a bit off balance. Just managed to give him a little nudge, which Matty Scott, the co-captain's been telling me to do all for the past 3 years. So just managed to give him a little bit of a nudge, and then I think the keeper was a bit surprised that I managed to get the ball and saw there was a gap in the near post and just decided that's where I'm going to go for.
Thank you, Jonny. We're here again with Jonny Forrest, co-man of the match.